Hello, Stationery Squad and Inky Fingers Club members. We're so glad that you're here. Welcome back. It's Kristen. It's Saturday morning. It's been a long week, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking forward to a good weekend. And part of that is actually, I think I'm going to be able to make the local journaling club meetup tomorrow afternoon. Sunday afternoons are hard when I'm in thinking about what to take, and I packing up my Soolla bag, and I thought I'd share everything that's in here with you, and also take an opportunity, because we always talk a lot about the fountain pens, but I do love all sorts of stationery. Brad at the Pen Addict has a thing going on his blog right now of analog defaults, of those things that you are reaching for over and over. The idea came from in the tech world, where users kind of list out the suite of apps or tools that they feature most in their day-to-day activities. I think all of my analog defaults are in this bag, so I'll point them out as we go along, or maybe I'll set them off to the side and talk about it more. All right. If you've been under a rock or not that into stationery, or this is your first stationery video, the big bag, one of the big trending bags right now is the Soolla bag that was created, I think, by a potter and all of these pottery tools, and then the yarn artisans got a hold of it, and so then we started seeing needles and hooks and whatever those things are called along that, and then carry over and then the stationery planner squad, fountain pen people were like, oh, we could use that too. So I think it is a really well designed bag for whatever kind of crafting that you're into, that you need some big bulky space and also a lot of like slots for individual ones. I can't remember how many. I think maybe 42. I could look that up. Total pockets in this thing. It is a pricey bag. It's not pricey like a Coach or Michael Kors or, Chanel, Louis, blah, 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 things that I probably won't ever buy. But it is pricier than your average. So just kind of keep that in mind. I think it's around $60 to $65. It comes in lots of cool colors. You can find them on Atlas, Amazon, places, and some places also have exclusive colors. So this one is called the Creamsicle Crush. I got it for Christmas and I have really loved it. The only thing I haven't loved is this fabric is very light. It does pick up dirt pretty well. And as an ink bag, I didn't really think that one through when I put this colorway on my wish list. So you could see at the bottom when we get there in this one that it stains pretty easily. It's also a great like house purse. If you're like maybe you're doing planning at your desk or the kitchen table, and then maybe you're at the couch and you just need to pick up and go. I don't often do that. Don't even have a kitchen table. I know, that's weird. I know. This one is pretty much just on the go, although I do kind of keep some special project things in that. So I loved this so much in the 4 months that I've had it, and found so versatile. If you're asking yourself, is it really worth it? Well, the one way I know if things are worth it is if I want to buy another one. And to the surprise of probably no one, I did. This one I just got in this week. It's kind of moving out. This is kind of cool. So let's see if I can move this one. With all good tote bags, you have to be kind of careful because they can, get heavy pretty soon. But this is what it looks like flat. This is an exclusive color from Dick Blick, because we have Dick's Sporting Goods, and then there's Blick's Arctic Supply, and then my brain says we have Dick Blick. I don't know. Maybe like that could be a healthy family thing. Anyway, so this one is different in that it has the Blick tag and it has some embroidery of the Blick logo here, and it has the You Do You. So this one is going to be for my fountain pen meetup group that meets about once a month. And I think I'll keep like my sample making kit and some other things are just kind of strewn about my land all together in this one. So yeah. Okay. They also make small pouches. I haven't gone down that route yet, but that's probably coming soon. Heck. All right, so let's talk about this. On the outer side, I have some pretty much tools other than fountain pens. I am not comfortable putting my good pens on the outside of a bag, especially if I'm in a coffee shop. Too easy for people to come along. So on the outside here, first three tools on this one are some analog default. So I have this. This is a ballpoint pen, and this is a multi-pen. I don't usually have ballpoint pens. In fact, I've hated them almost my entire life. I think my dad like was stealing roller balls from his office supply closet when I was a kid. I've always known like a level up from a ballpoint, but I recognize its importance in the world. This one is the Zebra Charbonneau multi-pen. It's pretty cool because it actually, when it's a multi-pen, so by twisting it, it's also a pencil. So I am in my pencil era, so I really like having a pencil on the go. And then another twist or two twists, and that gets you to a black. And then another twist, double twist will take you to the red. So I think that's a kind of convenient if you're marking things up or having to do that. And quickly, this is a great little pen to do that if you're going to write with a ballpoint pen. It's also pretty hefty, I think, for a ballpoint pen. And then we have, let's see, we'll come over here. If you need a gel pen, I'm currently in love with the Sharpie S Gel as my gel pen of choice. This is a 0.7. Obviously new. I haven't even taken the wax off. I don't use them very often. Nice dark colors. Come in a lot of things. 0.7. It's a nice medium-sized line there. Then we have my favorite pencil. This has brought me back to the pencil world. This is the Kuru Toga Roulette. What's special about the roulette, usually with mechanical pencils, well, any pencil really, I guess you are turning it over and over to always keep the sharpest end. The roulette actually does that for you. You never have to twist it. I don't know. It also feels good. It's got the knurled grip. It's got the stair step. I know there's a word for that. Kind of barrel, so it makes it easy to see where you're going. Am I out of lead there? Click it to lead and a little teeny pencil there. So is it a little spendier than your average mechanical pencil that you're buying for your kids? Yes. Is it worth it? 100%. Sometimes I reach for this pencil or its silver equivalent more than I do my fountain pens. Shh, don't tell them. Especially when I'm drafting something out or making a quick note. I just don't think it can be a pencil. Let's see. This is just a platinum Preppy. I think this is the Maquillé version. Just always a good one to have. I actually have a couple extra Preppies and a Kakuno because sometimes when I go to a journaling group or I'm in a coffee shop and like sitting at a table and then I bring out my fancy pens and like, oh, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a fountain pen. I've never tried a fountain pen. And so I am ready and prepared to enable somebody. You guys know, you've seen my one-on-one video. The Platinum Preppy is my go-to for enabling people. And I also have a Kakuno in here, not necessarily to give away, but I'm probably going to let them try this or one of these first and not my fancy pens. And then if they can show me that they know how to hold a pen and treat it with respect, then maybe I will let them try a good pen. All right. Let's see. Back to this side. We've got Tambo Fudaniske brush pen in black. I think it's always good to have a good black standard black brush pen. Then I have 3 fine tipped micro liners, a 03, a 05, and a 08. This one is the blue barrel, I think is just like the Japanese version, the blue and gold. And I saw it at our local shop that specializes in Asian stationery. And I was like, oh yeah, those are pretty. And it was time to refresh my Microns. I tried the Temu ones and they went dry in like a year and a half versus my like Sigma Microns, because I don't use them all that often. Like they'll last me like 8-10 years. When I'm doing Zentangles, sometimes I like to do some white highlights. So we've got the Uniball Signo, the Japanese version. Do you think there's a difference between the Japanese version that you can get on jet pens and the American version, or the North American one? I'm probably crazy and there's probably no difference. I just think there is. This is a cute little multi-pencil. It's a rainbow pencil with a little unicorn donut. That was a gift from the one other time I made it to the Journaling Club, and I think it just looks cute there. When I actually go, my cell phone will go here, and keys and wallet and whatever in this side. And then we flip. So here are those kind of giveaway or tryout pens. Got a cute little decorative clip on the outside here. These are my go-to scissors, and I have multiple pairs of these. These are the EK Success. I don't know if they're, or EK Tools. They used to be EK Success in the early 2000s. These are Teflon coated, so nothing sticks to them, or nothing's supposed to stick to them, which is a lie because you can see stuff sticks to them there. At any rate, they're great. Had them for a long time. I lose them every so often, buy a new one, and then they show up again. I keep a ruler. I don't know what this one is called. I got it off of Jet Pens. It's like the perfect size for a B6 notebook. It's what I use. This would be an analog default. In this pocket, we have this cute little panda pen. It's a ballpoint. I don't use it. I just think it's cute to look at. My friend Sherry had it made by Boutique Charms, and I just love the pandas and the golden sparkle on that one. This little tool is from the Paper Cutting Nerd. I got this at CKC, and it is like the crafter's version of a Swiss Army knife, right? So on this side, you have a ballpoint pen. There is a ruler here on the outside. You can flip this part up here, and then you have like an X-Acto knife. You need to do sticker surgery or open a box. Close it. And then you open it up, and there are scissors. I mean, how cool is that? So you got to have some hand cream. Apparently, I'm still working the mandarin and peach from Christmas. Okay, so that's the outside. There's more pockets over here. I don't always have a consistent thing there. Okay, so then we got to take our fountain pens. This is a Rickshaw case, the Northern Lights case from the Cloudy Desk on her Ko-fi shop. Was these cute little bears. This is the three pen case that I turned into however many pens I need at this right now. So I've got my currently inked and all of that. And in there is what I would call my analog default. This is the Platinum 3776 in Chartreuse Blue. It is permanently inked with Platinum Carbon Black. So I always have good black ink to go. Next, of course, I'm going to take my journal with me if I'm going to a journal group. So this, I would say, is an analog default right now. This is a Moterm cover. It's a B6 Aura Estelle. I've got some cool things happening over here. You can see just lots of things. We won't do a flip through because I'm having a time right now, but it is getting filled out. Sometimes are better than others. There's some links. This is where we are right now. And we've got always a pencil board. I found this pretty one on Amazon. Kind of lives there, goes with the spring pink vibes. You know, if I didn't have enough pens in my case in the outside, and this one is another Moterm cover. In it, I like it because it is long enough for my Tombow markers. Kind of my favorite colors of Tombows. They're nice and light, so good for highlighting big block texts. You could see that. Really been into this kind of block text with outline piece lately, so the Tombows are great for that. And Tombows are just great all the way around. Threw a couple of Right Tech brush pens in there, but we'll see more of those in a minute. Yeah. What? And did you say more pens? I don't know why I take all of these, but this is a nice little Rhodia case. This one was given to me by my friend Charisse. And basically this is just like a hodgepodge of all other things. So if I don't, I have the Sarasa, so like the sparkly something, I don't know. But if I don't happen to have a fountain pen inked up with a color, then I've got the backup of that. Or I've got some other colors in here. I've got some Archer and Olive brush pens. I really like them in the beginning. I had them for a few years. They're starting to dry out, which is making me mad. What else is in here? And I have a few Pentel brush signs. Usually I'll go brush pens. I'll go through and kind of think about what I want to accomplish at the meetup if I'm traveling and kind of change up my colors or whatnot. Oh, and there's a little piece. Sometimes I'll throw a washi in there, apparently. Anything else in here? There's another pencil. There's some more fine liners. You know, this is just a miscellaneous hodgepodge of things. Lots of options. I like to have options because I'm usually a home crafter. So going somewhere is tough. And then I feel like I'm missing out. And then sure enough, I get there and whatever. Okay, I stay outside. All right. Let's see. We've got my 5-year journal. Haven't been doing great in that one lately. So lots of blanks in that. But, you know, here's the beginning of the year looks good. The lately, blank, 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 blank. This week, getting a little bit better. I need to do some decorating. It is a Stalogy, and yeah, I do it in 2 parts. So 2 years makeup a year, and then this is my knockoff DIY Louise Carmen journal cover that I made. So that is an analog default. Another pencil board, just a generic one in there. Okay. So I am a sucker for mesh pouches. I don't think I can have too many and just want to, and I think that I'll buy a new set and I'm like, oh, how am I ever going to use all these? And then it's like a month and a half and I'm like, oh, I need to buy more. Maybe I just need to use my stuff so that I don't have to have so many things in pouches. I don't know. My stepdad growing up was a container hoarder. Like he'd always go out and buy like the iris bins or something. And I think that like I've have that kind of mindset with mesh patches. And just like his, they would eventually be filled up with stuff you don't need. So in this particular bag, I have some stickers and things. So I'm taking with me in this one, I have kind of from the analog default world, I have kind of 3 subscriptions for Stationery. So they come automatically once a month. I don't have to think about it. One, I'm super lucky. My amazing friend of 20 years, can you believe it, MK, does run Calibri Charms. And she makes the most beautiful planner stickers and charms. And she sends me a set of them every month. So this just is a wonderful friendship. I'm so proud of her and her shop. And I'm always pleased to show these off. So maybe you'll see my Instagram feed. Most of the time, it's just this once a week and a little reel or a picture or something of it. But yeah, so that's an analog default. A newer subscription for me is Brandy Kincaid's Extravagant Hope. I really wanted to up my journaling game, and I needed some inspiration and sometimes some like jumping off points. And so she writes this really thoughtful, lovely, lovely letter every month. And there's so much in this letter that just kind of jumps out at me. So I do have this ritual of once a month when it comes in, I'll go to one of my favorite coffee shops and I'll just highlight, and then I'll journal about the things that stood out, or maybe I'll letter some things or whatever. It's great. This is the one that just got here this week, so there's always some cool cards. And I love this, is she makes a mixtape and she puts it on Spotify. So I spend the month, if I'm not listening to a book, I am listening to hers. We have very similar taste in music, luckily. So she's turned me on to some great things. And she has a way of like finding like modern covers of things that I grew up with. Like, anyway, an acoustic version of Safety Dance. Still loving it. There's always some stickers that are just kind of like that, and then some postcards that you can use as flatter paper or in your journal, or a few of them are already set up to be postcards, so you can send them to your friends. Right? And then this one is one of my favorite ones because she hand letters each, and the whatever is written here has something to do with the letter. So you can hold both was the message this month. And it just resonated with me because sometimes I often say both things can be true. And so I think it's how do we kind of make space in our lives and do that. I think I haven't really dug into the letter a whole lot yet. In here, I think what else I subscribe to, and these are some leftovers. But I do the Simple Paper subscription. And so in here are, and I think it comes with, like 5 or 6 sheets like this. They're always well coordinated, decorated, and then some date dots and letters. I use these mostly in my work journal, but I throw them in here. Okay, what else is in here? The last thing is my stamp pouch. So in here, I've got one for reading. I've got the journaling kit from Everyday Explorers and alphabet. Another Everyday Explorers. This one I think is the fountain pen one. Let's see. Some more days of the week. More days of the week. Another fountain pen one. Come on, letter. And then I've got this little weather one. This usually sits out on my desk, and I use it in my 5-year journal just to record the weather. So this one, let me see, where am I? This is the partly sunny. This one is the sunny. And then there's these other options that go in there. So I can, you just use my Tombos on it. And or sometimes I'll do really light gray, and then I'll go over it with fountain pen, different things. Some more alphabets, some words, some numbers, and then my all-time favorite set from the Well-Appointed Desk in these nibs. That was the inspiration for my Currently Inked. And then I really like VersaFine Black and a stamp block. But that's the other reason that I keep the Tombos, is because if I don't want to use the VersaFine in black, I can use the Tombos. All right. Then, and oh, I forgot. Okay, it's also then in the side of the pouch, I have my little contact. Somebody at CPC or Chicago Planner Conference gave us these. I don't know what they were for, like originally, but I will take my Ink Addict stickers with me. If you'd like one of these, reach out. I'm always happy to share, especially, and I throw them in also when we do ink swaps and things like that. The share, got my username and whatnot on there. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah, very important. You got to have some sugar. So I got some fruities in there. It's my sugar stash. Apparently I have some. Oh, I didn't talk about the washi tape. Right. This is, I think I just threw this one in there, but this is one of the King Jim Matchbox washies. I need to use this one more. These are just so cute. Can you see that? And then in this pocket over here, I will usually take. Where is it? Oh, glad we did this. So I will pack my Canon Ivy. I like to, especially from working on my journal or my reading journal. I'll print the pictures, or memory journal. Print the pictures, put it in here. So there is a little, and it's cord. Hopefully I have a block for that in here. Maybe not. Okay, good. Yes. And then the last thing is the Kakuno dot liner. I have used this tape runner or some iteration of a Kakuyo runner for probably close to 20 years. And then the last thing here on the strap is I take, and this is one of the things that's hard, right? I take just a ring of washi. I don't take all the rings or the boxes. I just pick out a handful. So I try and always have a couple basics. This month I can pick these nice spring, just solids, and a couple basic patterns, the pink polka dots and the pink grid. Always keep a grid in there. And then I put in this case, I did my newest washi collection. Why do I keep buying washi, people? I don't even use it that much. Look at these cute. Look at how cute these are. I don't remember who made this. I'm going to have to look at my journal. Can you see these? Look at them. These little bunnies. I think they're bunnies. I mean, the cuteness just keeps going. Where are we at the end here? Into bunny into ink. Okay, there it is. There's the repeat. I mean, it's not even all on camera. Can I turn it that way? I bought this one at the local shop, so I don't have an order form to go back and look at it. Hopefully I kept the tag. I've been trying to do that lately. Okay. This one is called, the one I just showed is Rabbit's Shooting Star. Oh, how cute is that? And then we've got this one. Come on, get on camera. Which is this floral white cat. It's nice blue. And I've kind of been down with these stampy ones. A craft party. I mean, bears and bunnies with crafts. And then I have the last one in the washi land is this beautiful Sakura washi tape from a good friend, Teal's Gold, and it came along with I mean, it didn't come along. I ordered it with these 10 instructions. I need to talk about it in a video too, but this is what it looks like. Okay. So that was a lot of blabbering. We went through a ton of products because, man, a lot can fit in the Soolla bag. In terms of what are the true analog defaults for me right now, the things that I would take to a desert island, you see, I kind of narrowed it from that big bag down to just these few products. We're definitely taking these scissors. Don't ask me how I'm getting there because these are not TSA approved and I'm not checking luggage to the desert island. But, if this happens, I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to have the Kuru Toga Roulette mechanical pencil. I'm going to take my Tombow Mono stick eraser. I'm definitely gonna fill it up before I do that. Man, I swear I bought refills. I wonder where they are. Anybody know where they are? Let me know. I'm gonna take a mesh pouch full of stickers. The interesting thing is, like, if, and that's a big if, I narrowed my stickers down, I could fit most of these other things in this pouch. So that's cool. So I'm taking Calibri charm stickers. I'm taking a mesh pouch. I am taking this ruler that I know I ordered it from Jet Pens, but what its name is, I don't know. I'm going to take one fine liner. I'm going to take the 0.5 and because that's a nice middle ground. I can use it for Zentangles and whatever. If I need a finer line, I would take the Platinum 3776 Chartreuse Blue with Platinum Carbon Black. Those of you that like freak out about ink stuff on your nibs are not going to like this, but this nib needs to be polished. Oh, it is a gold nib. Not that you can tell. I probably need to clean this. I will say, since it's permanently inked, like, and just go ink it up again, ink it up again, ink it up again. I know that's not good. But then I also wonder, like, back in the day, were people cleaning their pens? Were they as obsessive as we are now? I am going to take the Kakuno dot liner. This is a default. I might take a smaller one. And I also don't know what I'm going to be taping in. But in terms of analog defaults, this is definitely it. And then if I could only take one of my notebooks and journals, which would be so hard, I'm going to take my 5-year journal because how long? This is, or if I stop doing all my other notebooks, I'd probably pick my journal, but let's hypothetically say, in addition to my ink journal, I would take the Stalogy 5-year journal. So these are my default / desert island takes. This was a prototype. I need to change the bands. I have better colors now. And I snuck a clip in there. All right, there we go. Everything is back in. I did have to like bring down some stamps because I added my ink journal in. Last time I went, somebody asked to see it. So it's in there. Mixed in with the 5-year journal. I threw in another new washi that I bought. It didn't quite fit. I don't think it's going to fit on the ring. Well, when I put it on a tab like that, I like to have some space. And I was really excited to see that the Rickshaw fits in the outer pocket back here. What are your analog defaults? What would you take with you to that desert island? Until next time, keep ink on your fingers. And this is why I'm president of the Inky Fingers Club, because even though we didn't do any messy swatching or anything else today, I still have ink on my fingers. All right. I got to make a sticker for that. All right. Really. Until next time, keep ink on your fingers or don't. Keep being awesome. Bye for now.